Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna share with you guys what I consider some places worth checking out while you're visiting Madrid. This isn't a top 10 or anything like that. It's just places that I consider are really worth your time. So let's get started. And this is not in any particular order, right? So first up, we're gonna just start off with El Retiro Park, which was one of my favorite parks I've ever been to, probably the nicest I've ever been to. It's a beautiful, beautiful park. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that originally was the palace garden for King Felipe IV, and it belonged to the royal family all the way up until the 19th century. So it's a lot of history there, but I really enjoyed the park. It was really nice when I went the first time in the winter, and it was even nicer when I went back in the spring. So aside from the beautiful landscape, in my opinion, it's a must visit while you're in Madrid because there's quite a few fun things to do there. The Retiro Park has a beautiful man-made lake, which is called the Estanque del Retiro. And you can rent a boat and paddle around the lake if you like, enjoy the views, and enjoy the views of the Alonso the 12th monument, which is right behind it. And you can also go explore that as well. You can also visit the Crystal Palace and the Palacio de Velázquez. Both of these usually have art exhibitions inside, and it's free to check out. So that's very nice. There's also El Paseo de la Argentina, or Paseo of the Sculptures, which has these nice sculptures there. You can check those out, read into the history about them, or you can just go and rent a bike and ride around the park. But in my opinion, this is definitely a must. You will definitely enjoy your visit to this park. Next up is the Royal Palace of Madrid. It's absolutely beautiful. The architecture is stunning, and this is the largest palace in Western Europe with 3,418 rooms. It used to be the official residence of the royal family in Spain, but it is now used only for like state ceremonies. I strongly recommend you buy your tickets online ahead of time so you can skip the line when you get there. It is a tourist hotspot, so just keep that in mind. The entrance fee there is about 13 euros for regular ticket, 7 euros for students with your student ID. I also recommend getting the audio guide, and that'll cost you a couple extra euros, 3 euros or 2 euros, I believe. And it just makes the experience much better when you're walking through the palace. It's massive, it's full of beautiful rooms throughout the palace. And in the back is the Sabatini Gardens, which is a beautiful garden, but unfortunately I wasn't able to go down there when I was there because they were reconstructing or working on it, improving the garden, so it was closed off while I was there. But aside from that, also is the Almudena Cathedral right in front of the palace there. It's right next to it, I should say. And you can stop by and visit there. That's also free to go in and check out. It's a beautiful cathedral inside. And on your way out, you can check that out from after visiting the palace. Moving right along, we're gonna go to 360 Bar at the Rio Plaza España Hotel. It's at the very top there. I actually have a video that I made on this. If you wanna check it out, I'll link it here or down below. But this is a must-do while you're in Madrid, in my opinion, simply because it's spectacular views up there. So from Monday to Friday, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., it costs 5 euros. 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., it costs 10 euros. And on the weekends, it's just 10 euros all day. So this rooftop has some awesome 360-degree panoramic views of Madrid, a glass walkway connecting the two rooftop areas, which is really cool for, photo ops. Very Instagrammable up there. And once you get up there, you can also check out the Plaza España down below. You'll get a great view of that there. It's a great place to have some cocktails, have lunch or dinner with amazing views. There's also a really nice restaurant inside called the Eden Gastro Bar for if you like tapas and just want to have some drinks on the inside there. So just check that out. I recommend it. Spectacular views of Madrid there. When I travel, I personally enjoy a lot of the local experiences. So I like to go off of the beaten path if I can. While the San Miguel market is a beautiful market in the city center, it's definitely a tourist hotspot and it has tourist prices. And in order to get more of a local experience, I recommend you go out to one of the neighborhoods, check out one of their local markets. They definitely have a good time at these places, and you'll catch a lot of Madrileños gathered there. They have plenty of food stalls, different tapas, different plates to try out, beer, drinks. It's a good time. I personally went to the Mercado San Fernando in the Lavapiés neighborhood, and I had a great time. On both visits I went, and both times it was always crowded with a lot of people just listening to music at different stalls, just really, really good atmosphere in there. Very lively, definitely, always packed with locals. I also went to Anton Martin, which was another market, great selection, great food stalls. And so yeah, if you want to try different foods without having to go all over the city, check out one of these markets and you'll be able to have a little taste of different types of foods in one of these markets. So the next place I recommend check out is the Prado Museum. If you're not into art, it doesn't matter, it's still a good time. I'm not like a big art person, but I do enjoy, walking around these museums and checking out the art. It's called Museo Nacional del Prado. It's a huge, huge museum with over 7,500 paintings and 1,000 sculptures across 4 floors. So plan on spending a couple hours there, kick back, take your time and go check it out. It's the most visited museum in Spain as it houses the most comprehensive collection of Spanish paintings, and it also houses Italian and Flemish art as well. This building actually dates back to 1785, but didn't open to the public until 1819. And here you'll be able to see the works by famous artists such as Goya, Velázquez, Rembrandt, El Greco, among others there. The general admission there is 15 euros. Again, I recommend you guys buy ahead online. Skip the line, and it's free for students with their student ID, so make sure you take your student ID. But you can also enter for free from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Monday through Saturdays and 5 to 7 p.m. on Sundays. I definitely recommend you guys visit this cultural landmark in Madrid. If you're in Madrid on a Sunday, check out the Rastro Flea Market. It's an outdoor flea market, and let me tell you, this thing is massive. There's over 100,000 people that come out to this market every week. It's located in the La Latina neighborhood. I was impressed by the countless amount of vendors that you could see there lined up on the streets of the neighborhood. So much stuff to check out while you're walking there, a lot of people walking around. And in the neighborhood, there's also a bunch of bars and restaurants, cafes that you can check out. It runs every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if you're in Madrid on a Sunday, go check that out as well. Moving right along, we have Plaza Mayor, which is one of Madrid's most famous landmarks and oldest squares in the entire Spain, the country of Spain. Plaza Mayor was built between the 16th and 17th centuries and during the reign of King Felipe III. The plaza is located at the center of the city, and over time, it's hosted many of the city's activities, major events from bullfightings to markets and even public executions. But due to its history and location and its architecture, I would recommend you guys check it out. It's in the heart of the city. And in addition to its historical significance, it's just a great place to visit, sit outside, grab a drink, soak in the plaza and people watch, and even take a much needed break from a long day of sightseeing. And right next to that is Chocolateria San Ginés, which dates back to 1894. There's plenty of churrerias throughout Madrid, but I honestly think that visiting this place is worth it. We're talking churros here, so let's keep the things into perspective. The churros there are delicious, and yes, I could tell the difference between some of the other ones that I tried. The quality wasn't as good in other places, but at the end of the day, they're just churros. But for me, it's more about the experience and the history of the place. Expect a lot of people because it is a tourist hotspot. And but once you get in, just enjoy a couple of churros with the hot chocolate. Hot chocolate, it is delicious. Or the dipping chocolate, delicious. The coffee was all right. And just check out all the photos that they have up there on their walls. Many of the famous celebrities that I visited throughout the couple decades. Up next is Gran Via and Plaza Callao. If you're walking through Madrid, you're not gonna miss Gran Via. It's a busy street, and you're gonna see plenty of landmark buildings there, beautiful architecture. It's full of shops, restaurants, and cafes. So if you're into shopping and that's your thing while you're traveling, not mine personally, but if you like traveling or shopping while you're traveling, it's a great place for that. And even if you don't like it, it's still a great area to walk around and explore. Really close to Retiro Park, so if you spend some time at Retiro Park, maybe you want to head over that way. They also have plenty of rooftop options along Gran Via. There's also a store called El Corte Inglés. They have a terrace where you can go up there and check out the views from there. You'll get a good view of the Plaza Callao. You'll get a view of the famous Schweppes sign, and you can take a bunch of pictures up there. It's very Instagrammable from there, very nice. And so then you'll come across Plaza Callao, which is one of Madrid's most popular squares. It's actually a triangular open space. It's always busy there, plenty of people, and enjoy the views up from a rooftop. Maybe enjoy a sunset up there. Last but not least, we have Sobrino de Botín, which is an amazing restaurant. It's the oldest restaurant in the world, or the world's oldest restaurant in continuous operation. It's located near Plaza Mayor at Cuchillero Street. Whenever I visit a new city, I like to research and plan out a list of restaurants that I'd like to check out while I'm out there. I'm a bit hesitant when I see over the top, reviews and stuff. I'm not looking for anything too touristy. I'm always looking to try like authentic local cuisine. So, but I have to say that Sobrino de Botín lived up to the hype. It's a great restaurant. I really enjoyed my time there. I made a video on that. If you guys want to check that out, I'll put it down below. Amazing experience. The food was absolutely amazing. The service was great. It matched the quality of the food. And at the end of the day, I think that if you're looking for authentic cuisine, this is definitely worth the visit while you're in Madrid. I thought it was pretty cool that to this day, many of the dishes that are still being served are using the old original recipes. And not only that, the flame that's burning in the oven has been continuously burning for about 3 centuries, which is mind-blowing if you think about it. So when you make your reservation to go here, make sure you ask to sit down in the bodega. It's just a different feel down there. It'll transport you in time, and you can just sit back, enjoy your dinner, some wine, and dine in the old wine cellar. Definitely worth it in my opinion. So make sure you guys check that out. I also wanted to add one that to some people it's worth, and maybe to others it's not, which is, especially if you're a football fan, go check out a Real Madrid match if possible, if you're there during the season. It's just a great atmosphere. I'm a little biased because I like Real Madrid, but the stadium is amazing. It's under renovation right now. It's gonna be really nice when they finish it. But not only that, it's just a big part of Madrid's history. The stadium has a bunch of football history there. And they also offer tours, which I didn't take. I just went to a match, but I'm more leaning towards checking out an actual match. Go out there and check it out. It's definitely worth it. So that's it for my list here for things that are definitely worth checking out while you're in Madrid. Let me know what you guys have liked on your trips in Madrid or that you may recommend. I know that there's a bunch of places to go visit and see. Some I just didn't think were worth it. But yeah, that's what we're here for, to exchange ideas and talk about travel, all right? See you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, peace.